Let's face it, nobody wants an angry wife, let alone a hungry one. You can take the difficult path to a happy life, but why not take the easy route? Let me help you. I'll be your guide to impress your wife with mouth-watering and eye-catching recipes that she'll surely love. Because you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. Hello guys, what do you think about my new Impressed Wife trailer? Do you like it or do you prefer the old one? Comment down below. Today we are making baba ganoush with homemade pita bread that's to die for. Making pita bread at home is very rewarding. Let's start with the dough. Just combine all the ingredients that are listed at the bottom part of your screen. Feel free to experiment with bread flour for a chewier texture, but I was actually surprised by how this recipe came out to be super good. The amount of water that you will need might vary depending on where you live. I suggest adding water in small batches. If you run into the problem of having a dry dough, add more water. Add more flour if you have a super sticky dough. Knead the dough until the surface turns smooth. Shape it into a ball and apply a small amount of oil on the bowl, covered with a damp kitchen paper, and we'll let this proof until doubled, about an hour to 2 hours depending on where you live. Tip: for faster proofing, use warm water about 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. This technique is best suited if you don't have that much time when inviting friends or family over supper. But with every decision comes with a downside. You see, in baking, time is your friend. The longer you proof something, the deeper the flavor your bread develops. The downside of having an overnight proofing is the wait. Life is difficult. While the bread is proofing, we are going to move forward with the baba ganoush. In case you are wondering, I accidentally cut myself prior to filming this, and that's called a finger cut. I know what you guys are thinking. Here, I have a pound of eggplant that has been grilled. You can also roast in the oven. Make an incision to expose the flesh and just scrape it out using a spoon. Give this a nice chop and transfer it to a bowl. You can add a bit of the skin as well so the flavor will be smoky. I am not an expert on Greek cuisine, so do your own research if it's safe to do so. But I personally do this sometimes. I wonder how this recipe was invented. It's just really freaking good. You see, the more I age, the more I seek food that have clean flavors. It just makes everything simple and delicious. I guess I can speak for a large audience who are also going into their 30s. Cheers to us. We'll finally chop garlic. Add it to the eggplant, followed by the yogurt, lemon juice, tahini, salt, pepper, and olive oil. Did I miss out on anything that you guys normally put in a baba ganoush? Please let me know by commenting down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Give this a mix and transfer it to a dish. You can garnish it with whatever you can think of. Some people add parsley, dill, cucumber, or garbanzo beans. It's completely up to you. Let this rest in the fridge for the flavors to develop. An hour and a half have passed and our dough has finally tripled in size. We'll deflate this and roll it up into a ball on our workbench. Divide the dough into 8 like what you are seeing right now. You can use a weighing scale for consistent portioning. Typically, the weight should be between 70 to 100 grams each. Roll each dough into a ball and add a little bit of flour just to prevent them from sticking. Transfer to a plate and cover with a damp kitchen paper and proof again for another 30 minutes just so the dough relaxes. Now that our dough is relaxed, we'll flatten these out and cook them over the stove on medium-high heat. I find it very relaxing to make bread at home. For some reason, seeing a dough rise is fascinating. After a tiring week working, I always look forward to baking bread on my weekend. It's a stress reliever. Do you guys feel the same? You'll know that it's time to turn when you see bubbles emerging and brown spots have formed on the surface of the pita. You can brush the pita with garlic butter, but that's optional. But just imagine having hints of garlic and butter flavor on your pita bread. I guess it's not optional anymore, is it? Don't let me get in your head. Isn't that sexy? And that's it, folks. It's one of my favorite Greek recipes that's outrageously simple but packs a ton of flavor. A sexy appetizer. And that is it, folks. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please give this video a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to my channel to get notifications on upcoming videos or recipes. Until then, see you next time.